Welcome to episode 134 of the Creators Outlet, sponsored by our friends over at Inked Marketing. And speaking of Inked Marketing, we want to tell you about the Sisterhood. They've only got 48 hours left on their Kickstarter. Sisterhood is a series of one-shot standalone stories. Each comic book will feature different artists to ensure not only a high quality, but also creating a platform for outstanding artists. The story begins with Leona and Carmen arriving in Egypt in modern times. They are tricked by the flow of time and landed inside a pyramid. As they walk inside, they awaken the ancient forces that attack them. Leona comes into conflict with forces that attack her, while Carmen turns into an owl and seek shelter somewhere in the pyramid. Grab your copy of The Sisterhood today at www.inked.pub/The Sisterhood. And now, we'd like to welcome our special guest, Specks Thompson.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just enjoying this lovely afternoon.
Lovely afternoon.
Yeah, that's the me talking lightly about it.
It was like 3-day weekend. Bring on the cold rain. Okay.
It haven't hit us yet over here though, so we still got people outside playing music and barbecuing at 9 o'clock at night. So.
Oh, lucky them. Yeah, it came down. I'm south of Boston, so it came down here, and I know it had left up north because I got family up in Maine, and my cousin was shooting pictures all over social media of all the places they were going today. So, as we were talking in the little bit of a pre-show that we had, I caught you over on the Indie Volt show a few days ago, and I hear you do some sound engineering and some little bit of DJ stuff.
Yeah, I do a little bit of that, but mostly just on the DJ stuff and the behind the scenes stuff of the music industry and whatnot. My character, my comic book, he's a sound engineer.
I knew it was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Till I ended up disabled. I was a DJ for 30 years. So.
Okay. So you know the trade, I guess.
I know a little something. I got my old rack and cases and everything over here, my coffin and my 1200s and.
Okay.
I got some new vinyl coming in from Indie Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a project that just wrapped up, and
you're talking about the rock and roll one, right? Matt Knowles and
Steph Cannon. Yeah. I couldn't say no to like that splatter vinyl.
Okay, I understand.
I'm like, I saw like the black and green one, and I was like, oh man, that one's dope. I gotta buy it.
And I heard one of the interviews, he said each one is different too. So like, if I bought one, mine will be totally different than yours, even though it's the same black and green.
Yeah, it's basically the same, but they're made like one at a time, like handmade. So no two are gonna be the same. So I got one of those, and there's another band that does kind of like, I guess, like tribute songs for Valiant comic characters. And the band's called Thunder, and they just put out an album for a new Shadow Man series that just launched 2 months ago.
Wow!
And so I got into that. It's got a glow in the dark, album jacket and splatter vinyl inside.
You love that splatter vinyl, huh?
Oh man, I love vinyl. I haven't worked in years, and I haven't used vinyl in a number. Well, except for time coded. I haven't like bought any records or anything in years. I still got like 3 or 4 crates over in the corner.
Yeah, I had a brief interaction with vinyl, but typically I was using these guys right here, just having me right beside me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I had a brief little interaction with vinyl, but can't carry them around everywhere, so I had to go through the CDJs.
Yeah, I'm old. We used to have to carry it around. Man, it was like loading a band in. You take like 9 trips back and forth. You know, they're like, you carry all this stuff up and down stairs all the time. How are you still fat? I go, well, because after I get hungry,
Late
and
night, right?
3 o'clock in the morning, the rib place downtown's open.
Mhm.
We head there, and then they rolled me out the door afterwards. It was all fun.
Mhm.
So tell us how you got into comics. What attracted you to it? Have you been around it? Like, have you been like a comics fan all your life?
Well, my first interaction with comics, I believe, when I was younger. I can't say what age. Maybe y'all can guess from the books I say. But my sister's friend used to work at a comic book shop, and I remember her bringing me some books.
Whoops, we lost them. We lost you. Okay, we get the picture back, but you're frozen. Well, we'll wait to get Specs back in. Let's take a look at the video.
What's up, y'all? This is Specks Thompson, the creator of Legacy of You, and this is my Kickstarter for issue 3 of my comic book series. I hope that by the end of me out, boost my dream up to get these books, these characters, and these stories after them a little bit in y'all hands, so y'all can follow them the same way I have. So let's go. The Legacy of You stars a high school sophomore named Chaz Johnson, who's an intern at his uncle's recording studio as a musical engineer. I chose to make him a musical engineer because I'm in the music industry as a DJ, and I want to incorporate aspects of my life inside a comic book series. So I chose to make him a musical engineer so that he can meet the different artists that I place inside my comic book world, as well so that I can use different lingo that's used inside the studio, as well as different terms and techniques that's used as well. So the readers who's not familiar with the studio life or the aspects of the studio or the record process can learn about it inside the Legacy of You. So enough about that. So basically, Chaz became the View by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got stuck between the crossfire between the Howl and the Silent, which are the two villain groups in the story. And he got his powers by unknown circumstances from that crossfire that will be explained his origin story later on. But right there in the picture, you can see how he uses his mask. He takes a shirt that he's wearing, he put it around his head, tied it up, and he got a mask right there, ready to go at any time. So yeah, y'all seen some panels, y'all seen some pages, y'all seen how Chad transforms into the View, just right there. But I forgot something. I forgot to tell you about his powers. That main thing about him. So, with the powers of the View, he has the powers of creation. With the powers of creation, he's able to spawn items out of thin air that typically last 1 minute. But first, he has to know about them items. He can't just make items out of nothing that he don't know about. If you try to make a car, he gotta know how that motor works. Without that motor, the car won't work. But he makes a baseball bat. Because he's a baseball player. He knows the ins and outs of that baseball bat. So he used that baseball bat to whoop people's butts. And you can see that in pretty much all my issues. He used that baseball bat and he goes to town. And that's one thing about him. He knows these items to use them beforehand. Because if he didn't, it won't work. They'd be too flimsy, too soft, and just be terrible. But Chad's a smart guy, and he knows better. All right, this Kickstarter right here is $1,300 to help my project, my dream come true. With $1,300, I'm gonna use to pay my staff, everybody who helped me create this book, money they need to better their lives. Because it's all about coming together. We all eat. And as well, my printer. So so I get these books in y'all hands so y'all can enjoy and fall in love with characters. Like I said, same way I do. And then, the view is not my only character. I got plenty more characters ready to go. I need this Kickstarter right here. This Kickstarter right here for the $1,300 to work. So I can have other characters coming alive too, and make this whole world I created come together. So y'all fall in love and just be the next Marvel, DC, or Image, or Dark Horse, anything like that come true. This is my world, my Georgia universe, and I'm trying to get y'all to know about the view. My comic books, $1,300. I need it from y'all to help me out, get my dream to come true. So right now, if y'all don't mind, y'all go to the bottom of the page, back this project, a little tab right there. You click that, take one of the rewards over here in this corner right here, right there. And help me out so I can just put in y'all hands. Y'all enjoy, y'all fall in love. Like, man, that dude who did this one take shot camera thing, he knew his thing. Yeah, I knew what I'm talking about. I do already do. So y'all go over there real quick, pick a reward, pick a good one now. One y'all gonna really like, pick a good one. You see that? Boom, do that for me. Cool, appreciate it. Thanks for backing my project. Specks Thompson, the creator of Legacy of View, and this is for Kickstarter for issue 3 of my project. Thanks again.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, yeah, the power went out in my apartment.
I wasn't sure whether the little one like yanked a cord on you or something, or what happened.
Yeah, I guess you see the lights flickering, so I don't know what's going on in my apartment right now, but yeah, if I see y'all watch the video.
Yeah, I go, well, might as well watch the movie, because you had like multiple picks coming in and out, so. So I saw a post that you put up that somebody who made a big pledge went all douchey on you today. So right now, Specs is up to 1751 of 1,300, 68 backers, with only 3 days to go. This is for the 3rd issue of Legacy of the View. And you saw in the video how...
Can you hear? Hi, I'm clear.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little shaky. It keeps you got a bunch of lag. I don't know if going back out and coming back in might help.
What? Yeah, man.
Stand by, everybody. We're just having a little technical difficulty.
Power keep going out. I can't do my interview. This is that's some bullshit.
Tell me you have something. The mayor's aide, Anya Jones, apparently she used a credit earlier tonight to rent a room downtown. Feds are on the way.
All right, well, I'll keep talking about everything going on. You saw in the video how his main character actually lifts up like a second, a top shirt and wraps it around to basically make his own costume. And he uses a sigh like a certain turtle. So I'm guessing there might be a little either influences of Elektra from Marvel or Turtles from Eastman and Laird going on. I dig his logo too. Specks Vision. It's got the old TV with the headphones stretched way over it, and the color bars. That's the test pattern for the TV. You don't see that anymore because TV just runs 24/7. But back in the day, used to get that around 1:00 in the morning. Anyhow, this is the cover for issue 3. And you have the tells you about the legacy of the View. It's 28 pages. Oh man, this art is dope, man. Let's see if we got it back. Nope. Yeah, this looks killer. It's like running up the side of a building fighting demons from like the 7th layer of hell. Here's some inks and gray wash. And here's some, oh man, colorist killed it on this, man. I'm gonna keep covering the campaign and see if we can get Specks back. If not, we're definitely gonna have him back on another show. But I still wanna highlight his campaign and get it out in front of some people because there's only a few days left. Issue 3 has been drawn, inked, and colored completely already and is currently in the lettering and editing phase. So the book is completely done. It's just lettering and editing. So they'll get the APs in and he'll go over everything with the editor and make sure everything is just right to see if they had to make any corrections. And if not, they're a go for printing, which is, man, if you can do it this way, it's a perfect way to do it. Oh man, this is cool. When demons just taking over people just to get at the protagonist. Well, up in a chopper. No, not good, not good.
Okay, listen up. Let's get these people out of here. It's gonna get out.
Chaz Johnson, aka The View, inside the studio because he is a sound engineer in the comic. Which is pretty cool. I can see he's got his name carved in his fade on the side. You know, in case he passes out somewhere, they can figure out who he is. There he is.
Yeah, hopefully nothing happened this time, but yeah, the power kept going out. It was wild, but yeah.
I just kept rambling, talking about basically reading off everything on the Kickstarter and just hitting all the bullet points that I heard over on Indie Volt there while I was hanging out in the chat, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep talking, and I didn't want to stop getting this out there because there's only a few days left of the campaign.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But going what you're saying before, I got cut off 2 times. Yeah, one of my guys, he had personal problems, and he said, he had to back out, because if he'd have paid that money, I guess he couldn't pay his rent. So I don't know. I mean, I expect as much because it was a large sum of money, but if he would have did it, that would have been a blessing, So I mean, either way, I got my goal, so I'm good on that point.
We hit goal. It would have been a lot nicer the other way, but
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of people that are just there's a lot of people that go around and like will pull their pledge at like last minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I've never done that. And I'm surprised. I forgot I backed so many books in like the last month or so.
Uh-huh. And it's all hit you at
Bro.
once.
I filled out 7 surveys this weekend for Kickstarters and Indiegogos.
Uh-oh.
Plus, I have 2 more. Nothing came in today because it's a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 2 more that I'm going to have to fill out tomorrow. And I'm like, dang, man.
Hey, that means people are putting out good works, man. You supporting a lot of good stuff.
Well, I'm on the plus side. Tomorrow's the 1st, so there'll be a little bit of extra back in that. So I'm like, man.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm jonesing. I'm like, man, I want all those books in.
But go back to your first question you asked me before I kicked off.
What got you into comics? You started telling me that your sister's boyfriend worked at a comic book store.
Well, it wasn't her boyfriend. It was one of her. It was her best friend at the time.
Okay.
Well, she worked at a comic book store, and she brought me a couple books. One being The Darkness. I remember that.
Oh, cool.
The Young Justice. It was like issue 1, issue 2 of that.
Wow.
A team up book with Gambit and Bishop, I believe.
Yeah, they did a lot of miniseries like that, like where they would take like 2 hot like X-Men property characters and put them in like in a little like 3 or 4 issue miniseries.
Yeah. What else? And some Green Lantern books.
Cool.
That was my first. I guess my first experience with comic books. I guess I was watching the X-Men X-Men TV show or Spider-Man
the cartoon,
TV show at the
yeah.
time. And I guess it just worked hand in hand. She was at a comic book store, and I was watching comic book things on TV. And that's my first experience with comic books. But in the industry wise, I just like a typical kid, you write stories, try to immerse yourself into that world. So, people do their own characters and say, oh, this is my Dragon Ball Z character, this is my X-Men character, this is my G.I. Joe character, transform, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And The View in particular, him and his friends, Warren, were X-Men characters that I developed to be like the third class, like the class after Jubilee. And his image was like Gambit and Forge mixed together. This is a whole character concept. And that was back in high school about 15, 18 years ago. But now,
man, I wish I was back in high school 15 or 18 years ago.
Yeah, do a couple things different, huh?
Everything.
Yeah, but then recently, I was talking to my fiance about things I used to do, and I was telling her that I used to write and draw, and she was saying that I should go back into it and try to pitch something to one of the major places like DC or Marvel. Doing research and whatnot, I found out that wouldn't be a great idea because you can pitch to them and they'll say no to it, but they really secretly like your idea or like your concept or whatever. Then run it 4 months ago and steal your whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the article basically told me to don't write for Batman, write your own Batman, because if it's good enough to the pitch to them, it's good enough to make your own and go the independent route and make money off of it. So I decided to go that way, and 3 years later, I'm on the 3rd issue of my comic book series, Legacy of the View.
Yeah, go your own route and either keep doing everything yourself, or maybe if you catch the eye of like a small press publisher, there's a lot of them out there that will publish your book, mm-hmm. but still leave it as a creator-owned property, so you'd still own the property and do everything. Mm-hmm. They just want to be able to put it out like under their banner. That's all.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of things pop up under Scout Comics. I've been seeing that lately. And,
a lot of. I just signed up. I get their. They do a Scout box every month.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on Facebook ad. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like $33.99 plus shipping, so it's about $42, and they send you a super secure box Their packing is phenomenal, and they send you 12 new books for that month, bagged and boarded, and which is basically like getting 4 books for free.
Wow.
Because average price of a comic now is like $5.
Yep.
So you're getting 12 for $33, well, $34. So
yeah, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that, and they randomly insert into one of the boxes like an autographed book. This month they're inserting 2 sold out electric black #1 metal covers, and one of the books, vampire book they have called Stake. The issue that they're putting, issue 3 of Stake that they're putting in the box this month is a hollow foil.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, I like the book, but I can still buy a $5 copy of that book, and I can sell this one for like $35.
Yeah.
I could that'll make it so I get a free box.
Yeah. That's a good flip right there, in my eyes.
Yeah. Because I was gonna buy. I know the writer of the Recount over at Scout, and he's an independent guy too. But they just released a special cover and did a reissue of issue 1 because the series just wrapped up. But they did a #1 metal cover. There were 100 of them available, $50 a piece, and they sold out in 12 minutes flat.
Whoa, that's amazing.
I was 3 minutes too late.
Oh man, should have been on the ball, man.
And I wasn't, I wasn't gonna keep it. I was gonna pay $50 for the book, and like 3 seconds after they're sold, they're up on eBay for like $100 to $200.
Dang.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
So I like a lot of the stuff that Scout's been doing. They've got their own horror line and everything else now too, called Black Caravan, which is good. There's so many good small press publishers out there that you can't go wrong.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure yet. What I want to do. I'm gonna ship it off or just keep everything in house.
Yeah, it just one of many options. So, tell everybody how you came up with Chaz and a little bit about him without giving anything away in the story.
Like I said before, we used to be an X-Men character, based off of Gambit's coolness and Forge's powers or crate stuff. But like I said, that was like 18 years ago, and now he's typically based off of Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles and Kyle Rayner from Green Lantern.
Cool.
And that's basically where his fighting ability and creation coming from that point. But everything else is like just a blend, like when a lot of things I read and watch on TV, I just put them all together along with some tropes from anime and manga together and to make my project. So that's like that. I guess the superhero on the story writing side and the music side is just from experience from my life. I'm just deciding to put inside the book, just to have a new light or a new perception of that industry because maybe it's cool nowadays. Since I'm doing this book, I see a lot of things have hip hop in it, but I don't think they're more focused on the person or the hero having hip hop or music type powers, which Chaz doesn't. His powers has nothing to do with music at all. So it's really his career that has something to do with music. But and it's based down south in Georgia, so I don't really see many comics have anything in the South. You know, Georgia, Florida, Carolina, Alabama. You know, doesn't matter. I hardly see anything in comics besides on The Walking Dead. You know, take place down here. So I wanted, and music's real heavy down here. You know, from rap to country. EDM. It's all down here. So I decided to just put it on my book. It's a good blend down here that I want to put out in the comic book world because I don't see it. It's mostly just or North or West Coast stuff. In these books.
Well, I get something in Georgia.
You do?
My co-host for OK Boomer, the podcast, a couple of us old guys that we once a week we talk about golden, silver, and bronze age comic books, and he's actually in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
That was it. That's all I got.
So yeah, you get a little. I guess you get like a little taste, a little smidget. Just that.
Yeah. I get a little of that, and we're talking all comics, and his wife will walk in the background and scream, "Read My Little Pony!" Hell no. I get 200 copies of it, but it's in my daughter's room. That's where it's going to stay. So I thought it was cool that you showed in the video. You had that like diagram of how he like wraps the shirt around his head.
Yes.
To make his costume. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, because I decided to make his costume or uniform, whatever you want to call it, more practical. Because I'm assuming I'm way younger than you, but like when I was in school, like it was a thing to wear the basketball shorts underneath your pants, like any second you're gonna start playing basketball against somebody, So I took that same concept, like how uncomfortable that was, and how everything rises up under your clothes. And I thought about if a superhero has his uniform underneath his clothes, the same thing would happen. So just me thinking about that. So I wouldn't think Chaz would walk around with his uniform underneath his clothes, on top of being a reluctant hero. At the same time, he wouldn't do it anyway. So I was basing the concept of him having an Under Armour shirt, because he's an athlete, with some basic jeans that he already has on and shoes. That his mask will be anything he's wearing at the time. So a jacket or shirt he just tie over because it's quick. He can put it on, disguise his identity, do what he has to go do, take it off, and keep it moving, no problem.
Be like, where'd that guy go? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just simple, man. It makes sense. In my eyes, it makes sense that somebody who doesn't want to be a hero but has to be a hero, something they would do. I guess I stole a little bit from Peter Parker, the bag man using the paper bag as a mask, stuff like that.
I remember that when they gave him the Fantastic Four costume and they just gave him a paper bag to put over his head. I'm like,
yeah.
I go, oh man, that's some shady stuff right there. Hey, it's you.
Yeah. And that's one of the t-shirts.
Bought some merch.
Yeah, it's one of the t-shirts that good quality shirt. A lot of people, they give you the cheap shirts, and after like 10 washes they tear up. But I make sure that everything's like, if you go to the mall, I say buy something out of JCPenney's or Hot Topic or whatever, same quality wise, because I want it to last. And that's my artist Yusef, and he does the artwork you see.
I was scrolling through it before when you were having technical problems, and I was like, I really love that page that was shown like further up top where View is like basically running upside a building with a couple of demons fighting him.
Yeah, Yusef didn't do that. I can't. I think a guy named Ben Jakal did the line where they did the pencils for that, and Tyler Carpenter of Drawing Talk did the inks and the coloring with that picture.
I still like it.
Yeah, I mean it's great, but it was
sorry, Yusef.
Yeah, but it was just a thing. I seen an opportunity to get artwork done, and I got the pencils for it, and I was like, how I'm used to pencils. Like this is a pencil image. It was great, but it's just pencils. And I'm friends with Tyler, and I hit him up because I've been watching him on YouTube for a minute, and he said he'll do it for me, and he did it, and it came out looking pretty good.
Yeah. And this is your editor and letterer.
Yes, he is. And he also has his own comic books, I guess, company as well. He has a couple artists and writers underneath his umbrella as well. Then with his lettering and editing skills, it helped me out in my books because my first book didn't have it. And somebody like yourself would notice like little errors I have because of I didn't have an editor. But the typical person probably wouldn't notice. But
Concrete Comics, I know him.
Yeah. So he was telling me some things, would change, and I ended up hiring them. And the second book came out amazing. Like the first book wasn't bad, but just having that letter and editor pushed it to a next level. And the third one, I got them again. So hopefully I keep on the right path, making great books.
So we have various tiers here. We have a $2 donation, which will get you a thank you for helping support the what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
The single $5 reward will get you the issue 3 PDF that will be digitally sent along with a poster PDF. $10 demo will get you issue 2 book along with the issue 3 book.
Mm-hmm.
Mixtape at $15 gets you the issue 1, 2, and 3 PDF digitally. $20 EP reward is only for the previous supporters, and you will receive book 3 with the PDF and your choice of t-shirt or poster.
Yep.
So the $20 LP will be that's the early bird special, so that's all over, right?
Yeah. And it worked too. A lot of people did the early bird special. So I just tried it out and I guess it worked.
Hey, if you can save $5,
We just lost 2 goddamn quarterbacks.
I would drive 30 miles just to save $2 off a breakfast platter. So the album tier is $25 and will get you issue 3, 1, 2, and 3 books along with the mini poster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's physical, right?
Yes.
Hey, that's not bad. All 3 issues plus a mini poster for $25.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty damn good. Deluxe edition, you will get issue 1, 2, and 3. All come with digital and physical. With the teaser issue. Was that the teaser issue? Was that like a preview you released before the first book?
Yeah, it was. Right now, as it sits, I don't know if I'm gonna give that one out because it kind of blends between the first issue and second issue. I mean, the first issue, and so I might do a new one because just for Kickstarter, I'm not sure, but it was just like something 6 pages. It wasn't really like 3 pages, but it's something simple, just something quick, just get somebody a taste of what's going on in my project.
Yeah, just kind of like a quick preview thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pop-up show, $40. Reward gets you issues 1, 2, and 3 along with a t-shirt. Merch.
Yeah, people I've been doing Kickstarters and I see it. So the posters, you can put them up on the wall. You can do a lot of things with them. So I know people want them. So yeah, and I like t-shirts. So I assume everybody likes t-shirts as well.
I love t-shirts. I'm just too damn fat.
I got a size for you too. So don't worry,
bro. I was 600 pounds about 2 years ago. I lost 225 pounds, and I'm still too fat. I bought a 5X shirt and a new album off an artist, and I got all excited. I looked at the shirt. I go, it looks big enough. It doesn't look like they ordered it from China. But sometimes I'll order like a 5X shirt, it'll come in, and it'll be too small for my 13-year-old. And I'm like, this ain't right. And, and I went to go put it, I couldn't get my head through the hole. I like stretched it out a little bit, got my head through the neck hole, and went to go put it on, and it was like wearing spandex, and I took it right back up. I go, because nobody needs to see that.
Oh, man, you should have just cut it and made the V-neck.
Well, it wasn't just that.
Oh.
I'm too fat. I was too fat for their version of a 5X, which I believe is probably closer to a 3X.
They say it runs small, right?
Yeah. But the concert reward gets you all 3 issues, a T-shirt, and 2 posters.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a real concert and see how much $50 will get you.
Yeah, get your nosebleed seats.
Not even that. That's going to be just for your pocket.
Yeah, like I worked a couple concerts, and yeah, it's pretty expensive. Like I think we were selling shirts for like $30 to $40. That's just a shirt. And that's not even like the good shirts. Those like the cheap shirts, the shirts that people want with the tour dates on the back and stuff like that was more than that. And people just buying whatever size we had. They could be one extra small, and they still buying the extra largest. They just wanted the shirt. And I was like, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I took my daughter to a hockey game up here in Boston about 6 years ago. My cousin gave me the tickets. It cost me $65 to park, and I bought her a shirt of one of the players on the team. Just a T-shirt with the guy's name and number on the back of the T-shirt, and she was 6 years old at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It still cost me $50 for a T-shirt for her.
See, yeah,
it's around here somewhere, and I'm not letting that go. Like I bought her a hoodie that she wanted at the baseball game for the AAA team of the Red Sox, and I got to keep that for 2 reasons. One, it was $40 for a hoodie that she wore for 2 years and then lost, and I found again. And then the team got sold, and it's no longer going to be called that, and the state is abandoning that ballpark, probably just going to knock it down and sell the land.
Oh man!
So I'm like, well, that's a piece of baseball history.
Mm-hmm.
That'll stay here for when she has a kid.
Yeah.
Long after I'm dead and buried. The tour list. The tour is a $100 tier. Get you all 3 issues along with a T-shirt, 3 posters, and you will also be drawn into the comic.
Yep.
Does that mean is it the following issue? Because I read
no, the following issue is already in the works, so they probably will fall into like issue 5 or 6. But they will be in an issue. It won't be the next issue per se.
Because it's already done.
Yeah, it's already like I mean, it wouldn't make sense for me to squeeze them in there. I mean, just like if they really want to be in the next issue, they probably be somebody in the background. But I'll probably have them at least a page in the next like the following issues. So since they actually pay for something, so at least they can see like different angles for themselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't rush it. You'll be in a future issue. You got to keep reading this book.
Yeah. See, that's how I reel them in and keep them in.
The World Tour, $250 tier. All 3 issues along with 3 posters, a T-shirt. You will also get your own hero or villain designed and placed in the series.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to have a bunch of attention.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen recently, but I have two people who have done that. Not done that tier, but they have gave me some concepts to be placed. I got one hero and one villain from two of my friends so far. And the guy who did the 500, he was gonna get his own person too, but can't do that no more.
And then he went, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Private location event. Reward will get you all 3 issues. Comes digital, physical, along with a t-shirt, 3 posters, as well as an 8-page comic drawn just for you.
Yeah. And that's what he did too, but
But he had to back out.
He could have waited 3 more days, Went home free.
You need to pay rent for.
he could have got the book made and sold the book, paid his rent,
FYI, rental law allows you to pay your rent within 7 days of the first of the month.
Yeah. Well, I see. He said his rent was due on the 5th, so I don't know. He could still be behind. I never know. Yeah. All these new COVID-19 laws, no telling.
Oh yeah, they got rid of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so like all these people that have been like, screw it.
Mm-hmm.
Last president said I can't be thrown out, and I don't have to pay this, and I don't have to pay that.
Yeah.
No, the payments go to the people that did that have mortgages. The payments go to the back, which make your interest go up through the roof.
Yep.
And it makes it so you have another 3 years to pay on that mortgage instead. And rental people, it just means as soon as that stipulation went to the wind, everything you owed in rent was due.
Yep.
Stretch goals.
So I have updated image, but I have hit 70 backers. I think I just hit that today. And before I hit 2,000 in funds, but I can still honor the 2,000 in funds because I did hit it. I still gonna honor that, but I definitely hit 70 backers today, so I'm gonna have to get a new goal for that as well.
Do you have anything lined up for it?
Not off top because it literally just happened on my previous interview.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was funny because as we talking, it was jumping up. So he was like, just had with my Kickstarter and scrolling, and the numbers changed.
So stay tuned and keep on checking on everything, and I'm sure all the backers will get a Kickstarter email of the update,
Mm-hmm.
so they can see what's going on.
Yep.
I like your logo, the Specks Vision.
Yeah, I had that for a while. I had different things to do with it, but now I'm just gonna this be my vision, I guess. It was just a play on the words, and I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like doing under that brand, comics, music, and just whatever. I'm just gonna put it out because, it's a time for it now. Everybody's putting podcasts and YouTube stuff, so you never know. There's a kid playing with toys on YouTube right now, making millions of dollars. So telling what can happen.
Yeah, I'm over here selling my comics so I can buy more comics.
Hey, it's what you love doing though, so hey.
It's all good. I got a kick out of it because it's the television test pattern, and people don't know that anymore because everybody's got like cable or streaming or anything like that. It's all 24/7. So lot of cool stuff in here, dude.
Yeah, that was the first little backer goals before I actually hit my 1300 goal. I was giving little goals for every 10 people that back. Then once I hit my goal, I changed it up to like a bigger stretch. I guess for the stretch goals.
Yeah.
And, start doing those.
So you've been putting out one of these books a year.
That's what it seemed like. I wanted to do it faster. But my first time I did it was an Indiegogo, and I broke even on it. And I thought I could do the same marketing techniques to do the second one on Kickstarter, and it flopped. I think I had like 7 backers, so I had to change it up. So I get some funds because that made the second issue come right out of my pocket, and then I had to still pay out of pocket for a third issue. So I had to change it up and learn like the indie comics game, and had shake hands, do blogs, podcasts, stuff like that. And here the third issue is, and it's funded. I am more than funded, so I can get this book and have money for the 4th book. So hopefully I can shoot the 4th book out to everybody by August or September, and
Nice.
get the 5th book ready to go. Because on top of that, I have some spin-off books that I plan to do off my series as well. So I got a lot of things planned. So I need the funds. And I guess once I get out my pocket, I can just start doing more and put out more works. But I got a lot of stuff planned, man. With the View, I have 25 issues already written, ready to go. They need to be drawn. And I got 100 issues planned, and that's like outlines with my rising action, coordination, all that stuff.
Wow.
The fluff inside of it, I guess. Then the spinoffs are just a certain number of issues I want to put out, because one's like a prequel, and the other one just like a side quest, I guess you would say. One of the characters, which will happen later on in the View. She will leave, then later on in the issue she will come back, but it will be so much to happen like while she's gone in her book, but she eventually will come back to the View book. And I haven't decided I'll go run their stories side by side, or have her stories be in the View as well. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It depends how people like her stories. But some people have seen sneak peeks of that book, and some of them said it is better than the View. So I don't know. It depends what happens. But that book's is basically like a ninja mecha with voodoo stuff in it. So it's cyberpunkish, so it's a little different.
I like what your colorist did right here on this page too.
Oh yeah,
you got the Kirby crackle going on around the guy in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sees that like the manga and the anime, and he tried to incorporate the two together. And so he's trying to change it. It's a Western comic, but he's trying to put the other elements and styles of anime and manga into it. So giving a good blend between the two. Hi, my daughter was upset.
She mad?
Yeah, she mad.
I know. I've heard that scream before.
Yeah. So I guess something happened in the background, and she's highly upset about it.
But I mean, I love the art, and I mean the colorist killed it on this book, dude.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. I like the green and the green lighting on it. Like it really like makes it pop to me. Then with the shadow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the reverse bubbles with the lime green lettering and the black bubble outlined by the green.
Yeah, That was all. That was Lonzo. That was his take on it. After what made that like this pound right there is for issue 2, and that's what I mean when he started getting on board. It started making it pop more because that stuff wasn't happening in issue 1. So in issue 2 and issue 3, you see more of that stuff.
Yeah, this is just looking really good.
Right, top with your night clothes on.
Yeah, there's the panel I saw earlier that I thought was great.
Yeah.
And you doing just one cover?
Yeah, I tried to do the variant covers on the first one, and like I think I got one sell on it, so I'm deciding to wait until I get a bigger following who wants to do the different covers because it didn't make. I thought it was something that people like, but it didn't make sense my first time around. I'm probably gonna try it later on down the road again.
Yeah, once you build up your following, you can do like a poll, like on on IG or Twitter, whatever you use more of, and see what your audience wants more of, and you can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're sitting pretty good at 1,700, even with that guy that had to pull out.
Mm-hmm.
And we still a few days to go.
Yeah.
And when we're done here, I'm going to download the audio for this, and it'll go up on my podcast. And I will share that. I will share out the link for the downloadable podcast.
Okay.
And we've had quite a few people from Comic Related Madness in here watching tonight. There's a couple people in there now watching.
Okay.
So we want to get this out and share it out to all the platforms. I know you got to take care of the little one and her angries.
Yeah, a little attitude. Yeah.
Perfectly understandable, but I want to thank you for coming and hanging out and talking to us about The View tonight. And we hope to see you again soon, and we'll look forward to seeing how this turns out for you.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me too.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll get those up a little later on tonight, and we'll have podcast links over on Twitter and Facebook for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man.
All right. Thanks, Bex. Have a great night.
You too.